Unit 1, Introduction to Statistics, Place Values, and Rounding. Let's take a look at our common place values. We have a table with the common place values. The first thing I want to point out is the decimal point. To the left of our decimal points, this way, all of these are going to be whole numbers. And to the right, these are called decimals. And we do have a pattern. We do have a tenths and we have a tens. So this often confuses students. What is the difference between these two words? When we have a decimal place, we have the ending in THS. And when we have a whole number, we just have an S. Again, this happens throughout the whole place values. So you have to be careful to notice what they're asking you for. Again, on the decimals, I have hundredths. On the whole numbers, I have hundreds. So when you are reading, it is very important to read the place value the question is asking for carefully. We have some written instructions for you here. The two written instructions we have are whole numbers and decimals. And they're very similar. And instead of reading them to you word by word, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into one. But I'm going to follow these directions exactly. So when you are trying these on your own, then you can come back to these instructions. Let's take a look at some of the problems. The ones I will be doing are highlighted in yellow. The ones not highlighted, you will be trying on your own. It says, for the following examples, identify this place value by underlining all decimals to the left of this place value, including this place value. And we're talking about this. When we say the word this, we mean the one that's being asked in the question. And we're going to underline to the left of the place value, including the place value. Then we're going to write the rounded number. Let's get started. Number 1, round the following numbers to the nearest hundredth. Here is our important word. What are we rounding to? The nearest hundredth. Is this a whole number or is this a decimal? This has the TH at the end, so this is a decimal. And if you do not know what a hundredth is, what place value, we can come back to our table and we can take a look. So hundredths is going to be the second, so this is the first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, fifth, and so on. We have more place values past that. But you can always refer back to this table if you don't know it. Do your best to learn it, but you always have it here. So we have the hundredths place value. That's the second place value. So what we are going to do is we're going to take a look at our number, underline that place value. So here it is, that place value, and everything to the left. Why to the left? Because the left side is everything we're going to keep. We're not going to keep the other things. So everything with this 2, this 3, the decimal, the 4, the 2 is going to be kept. And then we have specific instructions for everything after that. So once we underline, we circle the number to the right of that. So we're looking at this 9. And with this 9, we make a decision. Is this 9? Here's our decision. Is this 5 or more? So we're asking ourselves that question all the time. Is this 9 5 or more? What do? We have our instructions here. Come back to our instructions. It says we're looking at decimals. Is the circle digit greater than or equal to 5? It says yes, add 1 to the digit in the given place. No, do not change the digit in the given place value. Okay, the given place right here, which is the one that they asked for. In our case, it's the hundredths. Okay, let's come back. So is 9 5 or more? Yes, it is. So we're going to add to the given place value. What are we going to add? We're always going to add 1. Here we go. We're going to round. This is going to be 3. Why am I writing the 3? Because we said we were going to keep it. 0.4, because we're going to keep that. The 2, we add 1 to it. And what happens to the 9, the 0, and the 1? They go away, and we have that here in our instructions. Rewrite the underlined number, removing all digits to the right of the given place value. So we have removed all digits. So we have 3.43. Beautiful. Let's do the next one. We're still doing the hundredths, right? So it's the 2 decimal places. Let's underline our hundredths place, which is the 9. And then we're going to go to the left. So we have 7.09. These are the ones we're going to keep. And then we're going to circle immediately to the right. And this is our decision. We look at this number to make a decision. So I ask myself, is this 5 or more? No, it is not. What does that mean? That means that we stay the same. Let's write this. This is going to be 7.09. The 9 stays the same because the 4 was not bigger than 5. It was not 5 or more. And the digits after the 9 go away. Let's try another decimal place. Round, let's look at number 3. Round the following number to the nearest tenths. How do I know that this is a decimal or a whole number? I'm looking at the ending, and this is THS. Therefore, it is a decimal. So I recall my table on the previous page, and I think about my values, and this is going to be the tenths, which is 1 place value after the decimal. Here it is, and we're going to underline to the left. Now this one, notice, is negative. Remember, I'm underlining everything so that negative will not change because all we're doing is rounding to a place value. It has nothing to do with the positive or negative value of the number. The next rule is to circle the number right after your underline, which is 2, and you make a decision. And what's your question? It says, is this number 5 or more? The answer is no. So we are going to keep the 4 the same. This 4 stays the same. Negative 3.4. Great. Let's move on to the next one. We have negative 1.8. We're going to underline up to that 8 because that's our given place value. This one right here is what I need. And these over here just happen to stay. We circle the number right after. What does this tell us to do? This asks us to make a decision. And what is our decision? Is 0, 5 or more? It is not. Therefore, this stays the same. And we have our rounded number is negative 1.8.